President-elect Trump has been quite active on Twitter, and he said, in addition to winning the Electoral College in a landslide, I won the popular vote if you deduct the millions of people who voted illegally.
The president-elect is absolutely correct when he says the number of illegal votes cast exceeds the popular vote margin between him and Hillary Clinton.
Our next guest, Greg Phillips, first tweeted the claim that 3 million people voted illegally. Do you know, and can you prove right now, that 3 million people voted illegally?
Yes.
Do you have the proof?
Yes.
Will you provide it?
Yes.
Can I have it?
No.
If you look at voter registration, you look at the dead people that are registered to vote, you're going to find, and we're going to do an investigation on it.
But 3 to 5 million illegal votes.
Well, we're going to find out, but it could very well be that much.
After the 2016 general election, I called all 50 secretaries of state, managed to reach 49 of them, and never found more than 1 or 2, at tops 3 or 4 suspected instances of fraud. Not proven, but suspected or alleged. Many states had none at all.
Recall that what curtailed widespread voter suppression in the 2016 elections were rulings by federal courts overturning or amending many of the new voter restriction laws. And now, with a Republican Senate and White House, Republicans could nominate and confirm their own judges. A new day was coming.
Welcome, everyone, especially the nominees and their families, to today's nominations hearing. We'll hear from 4 nominees to district courts.
President Trump has set a record for the most number of judges named to the courts of any first-year president ever in American history.
But think of 145 district judges. That's world-changing, country-changing, USA-changing, and we have unbelievably talented, smart, great people being put in those slots.
And so whatever protection against voter suppression is coming from the courts is going to be eroded by the impact of this vast wave of Trump judges.
And the Democrats are decades behind Republicans in terms of recruiting and thinking about how to control the judiciary.
I mean, the Federalist Society in many ways is writing the lists of judges for the Trump administration to pick from. The Federalist Society is the creation of billionaire right-wing funders like the Kochs. They helped get it off the ground in the first place.
The Republicans have found a formula that's allowed them to win, even though the demographics of the country are changing. We can reassure ourselves that those strategies can only work for so long, but the question is for how long? And what if so long is a very, very long time?
The voter suppression playbook is complete. It's part and parcel of the same malevolent and dark strategy. Cut a few voters here, a few voters there. Discourage others from even taking the time to cast a ballot. In short, undermine the sacred American principle of one person, one vote.
So just to finish up, you see what's happening? The process is rigged. This whole election is being rigged.
As Donald Trump has said so many times, the elections are rigged, but in a much different way than he claims. They're rigged to stem the rising demographic tide of non-white voters and to discourage younger voters. Clearly, the voter suppression playbook is working all too well.